and Google can cut it. It's time for fire to answer the public.
What the hell can I do a video about? Hello?
Fire, it's you. I'm calling from the future.
It's you calling from the future.
No, it's you calling from the future.
It's you calling from the future.
God, you are so stupid. Fine, it's me calling from the future.
Oh, it's me calling from the future. What's up, dude?
I know you're struggling to think of some content, so you should do a video about how Glenn Danzig of Misfits is complaining that his band's brand of punk wouldn't exist today because of cancel culture and woke bullshit.
Nah, man, I already did an Instagram story about that.
I know, but John Lydon, aka Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols...
Yeah, I know who John Lydon is. Also, it's just Sex Pistols. There's no definitive article.
Look, man, you really need to stop correcting people. You've lost a lot of friends because of that recently.
Sweet.
Anyway, John Lydon did an interview with the Sunday Times where he also took a dig at woke culture, saying we should forget Winston Churchill's atrocities in India because he fought Hitler once. I just think you could do an episode of Fire Answers the Public on the irony of it all.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers. Well, I best do some research on this. Yeah?
Look, don't do the research montage again. It took ages and won't be as funny second time round. Just cut straight to the classroom bit.
Okay.
Let's start with the definition of woke. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, which is the best dictionary, it just means alert to racial or social discrimination and injustice. That's it. Has nothing to do with virtue signalling or political correctness gone mad, which is another bastardized phrase that I just don't have time to talk about right now. But being alert to discrimination is punk. Thanks to all that is good and holy in this world, I'm too young to remember 1978. But if you are old enough to remember it, or if you have the internet, you might be aware that this was the year that Rock Against Racism and the Anti-Nazi League joined forces for the Carnival Against the Nazis festival. To be fair, I gotta give it to Glenn on this one. We definitely have lost the punk ethos when it comes to naming festivals these days. Frickin' Download Festival. No one downloads stuff anymore. We should call it the Streaming Festival. Anyway, the festival started with a march against fascism through London and culminated with a lineup of punk bands such as The Clash and X-Ray Spex. Punk bands performing at an anti-fascist rally. It's almost as if they were alert to racial or social discrimination and injustice. But I don't want to sugarcoat this. Punk as a scene and a genre has always had a massive identity crisis. On the one hand, you've got songs like Nazi Punk's F*** Off, and on the other hand, you've got, well, Nazi punks. And through it all, we find a scene that, rather than standing for anything, the whole point is to just stand against everything. And the biggest examples of this are Glenn and Johnny's respective bands, Misfits and Sex Pistols, who often eschewed punching upwards in favour of just punching everywhere. But that's what I'm really struggling to get my head around. In his 20s, John Lydon ranted against fascist regimes. But now he's saying we should worship Winston Churchill as a god and completely forget all of his fascistic words and actions because the one thing for which he's most famous just happens to be fighting the poster boys for white supremacy. So Johnny's anti-fascist, but he's also anti-fascist. Does that mean he's a fascist? And with Glenn, he claims that Misfits are all about f*** you, f*** the system, f*** the world. But now he's getting upset that cancel culture means Misfits couldn't exist nowadays. That doesn't make sense. You can't brag about being an outsider and then complain about being viewed as an outsider. That's like the least punk thing ever. And you haven't even been cancelled. All of your music is still widely available and there are no campaigns to ban it. Nobody cares about you. Oh my god. That's it. It's not that you've been cancelled. It's that you're not worth cancelling. Glenn, are you a snowflake? Sorry. 1 second. Hello? Dude, do not make that video. It screwed up the timeline and now Manchester has just been nuked by Swansea.